Sleeping in bed. No more backwards thinking. Time for thinking ahead. Again, we just want to let you know you listen to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, the new 99 Jams morning show right here on 99.1 FM WUJM. And we want to give a shout out to all the DJs that's rocking with us, man. All of the DJs, all of the programs, all of the shows that's on 99.1 FM, man. It's community radio at its best. And so we thank y'all for rocking with us. Thank y'all for supporting us. If you'd like to donate, you can do that. You can go to 99jamstheberg.com and leave a contribution. Y'all let us know that y'all appreciate what we're doing and the way we're doing it and how we're doing it and all of that good stuff. It is Motivational Money Making Monday, so please make sure that you tag a friend, tell a friend, let them know that we up, man. And I'm just waiting a couple more to get on in here so we can make this a club. But I tell you what, though, the line is always open, 727-637-2416. You can give us a call, 727-637-2416, and let us know that whatever's on your mind, man. What motivates you on this motivational money-making Monday? What motivates you? What gets you out of bed? What gets you going? Why do you do what you do on this day? And so, again, we want to shout out all of the DJs, all of the programming that's on 99.1 FM. Shout out to Don J, the management here. How does he say it? The chef, the cook, and chief bottle washer. Man does everything, and we're grateful to him for his leadership and what he does for the community. Also, shout out to Tony Charles, man. The work that he does here at the station. Sister Hughes, y'all know the gospel legend, man. Sister Hughes been on since I can remember, man. Since I remember listening to radio, I remember listening to Sister Hughes. She make you lose your shoes and shout all around the house, y'all. So y'all make sure that y'all tap in. She actually comes on after us. At 9 o'clock. So y'all make sure that y'all check out Sister Hughes. Shout out to Super Dave, man, and the Old School Flavor Show. I don't know if y'all ever tapped in, but he's on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and he does a wonderful program, man. Actually, during the ride home too. So y'all make sure y'all check him out. We got Legal Talk with Michelle T. Fanger. You got Haitian Radio with the Haitian Radio Show with Dr. Morency. You also got Dr. Morency on Everything Health, and I think we got Ronche Brown from Nurse Practitioners Up and doing some Everything Health stuff too. So y'all make sure that y'all check her out on Mondays. We got DJ Iron Lion, we got Danny D, we got Sniper, we got R1, we got Z-Man, we got Franco Silva on the Latin side. Make sure that y'all check him out as well. He also got Pastor Sykes, man. What's at stake? So please tap in. Adrian West. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Beautiful program. Actually, that was my introduction into. I think the first time I came to 99 Jams was being interviewed by Adrian West over at the old building. This was maybe about 5, 6 years ago now. And I came over to participate in the broadcast. Matter of fact, it was 2018. It was after the MLK lockdown that happened, and we were doing some organizing and encouraging people to come to City Hall and tell their story and do it, for the record. And so he invited me to come over, and we talked about, what was happening with MLK. And I had no idea at the time that, that would eventually lead to us having our own program, our own platform, to be able to share what we were doing in the community. So shout out to Adrian West, man, for introducing me to 99.1, 99 Jams the Bird. Also, you got King Jab, man, the voice of the people. He's on every Thursday at 9 a.m. So you can check him out and make sure that you tap in. King Jab really brings that current event, current news, and he gives you that perspective of the people for real. King Jab, shout out to you, man. I appreciate what you do as the voice of the people in our community, man. So thank you for everybody, man, and all the 99 Jam family, the entire 99.1 family, man. We appreciate y'all for everything that y'all do, man. Because they say it takes a village to raise a child, but it takes a bunch of us to do this radio programming, man, and keep the shows that you love on the air, to provide you with quality programming in the Tampa Bay area, right? Because we can put out programming, and y'all know it's a bunch of programming, a lot of stuff going on, but we want to make sure that we're putting out quality programming in the Tampa Bay area so that everybody can be edified by the work that we're doing. And so again, we thank the entire 99 Jam for what they do. how they contribute to what's going on um, in the in the community. So again, man, give me a call, 727-637-2416. If you're listening in your car, let us know, man, what's going on with you and where you at and how you feeling this morning, what motivates you, what's on your mind, how you can, tap in, man. Let us know that you out there and that you rocking with us, man. Let us know. And so we do this thing. We talk about what's good. I know some of y'all was watching last week or listening last week. We had Nola, Miss Nola from Miss Nola's seasoning, and I'm gonna mess up the name of the business, but y'all go to missnola.com. But she actually gave us a gift. She left some of that, that butter and sauce with us, and my daughter, she gave a review of the sauce. They had the sauce this past weekend, and said it was pretty good, man. So, she enjoyed the sauce, and so we definitely want to thank Miss Nola for coming through, man, pulling up on us. She actually drove all the way from Orlando, man, to be here with us, and so we appreciate you and thank you for what you do, in the community, and keep putting out that good stuff. Also, man, we want to let y'all know. So one of the things that I've been working on, and a lot of things we working on, but one of the things that I wanted to share with you all is we got this process that we use when we do community development and community building and the work that we're pulling off, right? Um, and one of the approach that we take is called asset-based community development. And with an asset-based community development approach, you not only consider the factors around what's needed in the community and what the deficits are in the community, but you also take a scan and map the assets of the community, and you look at what's happening, what's going well, what's going right in the community, and you start that process by just looking at all of the different aspects of what makes a community a community. Of course, you got, gifted and talented people who are at the center of a lot of the activity that creates community, and the people, of course, are the heart. Um, However, when you start looking at, how those gifts and talents are expressed by community members, they're expressed in different ways and in different spaces. And so what we've been doing is being very intentional about entering into those spaces where gifts and talents are developed, where gifts and talents are nurtured, where they're cultivated, and where they are being expressed. And so, as a part of our work, you'll see that we've been doing the 49th Street Business District and Association as a part of this corridor planning work, right? Um, and that's on the map. You think about, what makes a community. You have the businesses in the community, and our goal is to show them that it's not like us against them, or it's not, the business and the community, but the business owners are parts and aspects of the community. They are friends, they are family, they're people who, are striving to take care of themselves, their families, and then um, if they're successful and they do it right, then they'll be able to contribute back to the community with some of the profits and proceeds from the business that they're doing. And so, really seeing how we can help and support businesses in the community. And one of the ways that we've identified is by establishing a business district for 49th Street. And so we have about 40, maybe about 40 businesses, 35 to 40 businesses that have been rocking with us. And we're inviting you all to come out, not just business owners, but stakeholders, people who live in and around the 49th Street area, or if you've been down 49th Street and you have ideas for how it can be improved, come through, man. We're having a community strategic visioning session on October the 2nd. And that's a Monday night, and it's going to be at the Gulfport Neighborhood Center, and we're inviting you all to come out to share your vision. And so that's part of the work that we're doing when it comes to the business aspect. Of course, we've been going to like neighborhood associations and civic groups. I'm actually going to give a brief presentation at the Central Oak Park Neighborhood Association meeting tomorrow night. We'll be over there. Actually, Councilmember Floyd and I is going to be there. Happy Monday. What's going on, Shana? Thank you for tapping in. Mama Blue, I see you. Thank you. God morning. I used to think that was a typo, Mama Blue, but I know you mean to do that. God morning, family. I appreciate that. And so, yeah, we just talking about the work that we doing, and the way that we doing it, and I'm gonna get to the punchline in a minute and tell you how you can help and how you can support what we have cooking, because there's a lot of opportunities to get involved from what I'm seeing. And so the first one that I'm highlighting is the 49th Street Business District and Association, and ways that you can tap in so you can again come out on October 2nd, and share your thoughts on the strategic vision for 49th Street. Um, as we continue to organize and develop the district, we still we've set the north and south boundaries, but we still have to present to the group what we want the east and west boundaries to be. So we're going right now, we're saying Second Avenue North, um, all the way down to the water in Gulfport for the district. And then, when we look at the east and west boundaries, we look in between, 3 and 6 blocks, right or left of 49th Street. But we wanna know from you. We wanna hear from the people, man. How far you think we should go into the neighborhood? What makes sense? What would you like to see in those areas? And really, bringing ourselves to the table and creating the vision. And then once we create the vision, then we can start putting the skin on the bones through the development of our plan. And so after you get the vision, then you make a plan to make the vision real. And then there's resources that are available for us to be able to do that. And so it's a part of this corridor planning program in the Southside Community Redevelopment area. And again, man, we're just trying to bring it to you so that you can tap in and know what's happening, and not just know what's happening, but help inform what's happening and be a part of what's happening, and not just sit on the sidelines. And so that'll be Monday, October 2nd at the Gulfport Neighborhood Center. Again, neighborhood associations is another part of the way you can get involved, ways you can tap in. So, each neighborhoods, not all of them have neighborhood associations, but if you're in a neighborhood that has an active association, that's another great way to get involved in community development, and working out, your ideas, sharing your thoughts in a way that you can roll up your sleeves and get in the game, man, because, that's really how that was one of the basis for a lot of the political, I'll put political in air quotes for the radio people and Facebook y'all see me, political work that we've been doing. It started with me getting involved with my neighborhood association, man. I met Miss Brenda Nelson, at a community meeting, and I found out that she was the president of the Childs Park Neighborhood Association. I had an interest in Childs Park and in my neighborhood, and I went to a meeting and, started helping out, man, just volunteering, helping to organize, helping to, bring things to the table, and, from there, man, we really, started up. And so I share that to say this, man, if you live in an area with a neighborhood association, um, tap in, find out when they meet. If you're in District 7, you can actually go to d7speaks.com, and we have, some upcoming neighborhood association meetings that are listed there. But there's also a map. Put a link to the map on the page as well, so you can see where you are, where you live, and then see if there's a neighborhood association in your area where you live. But we're encouraging people to get involved, man. Tap into those associations. Again, it's another great space for organizing and doing things in the community. I just wanted to thank you for tuning in. Peace and blessings, Eric. I see you, man. Shout out to Story 727 and the amazing work that they're doing. How you say it? Say less and do more. Stop viewing and start doing. I love them, man. And so yeah, I'll make sure that y'all check out your neighborhood association. So that's another way that you can get engaged. Um, and that's something that I've been doing. So, I've been, making these stops. And then the another one of the institutions in our community is the church. And the churches have different civic groups and different, committees that are doing, all types of work. And so, if you involved in the church, man, tag your church, put your church in the chat and let us know what church you go to. And invite me and I'll come. I'll be there. Y'all know I don't mind a good worship service. I love to pray, ain't too proud to pray, man, and, rooted and grounded. And so, invite me out to your space, and I'll be there. You can believe that, because it's all about, connecting community, building community, and I like to, hear that good word, man. So if your preacher really bringing it, Invite me. I like a good song too. I like, get my praise on and my worship on. So, we've been visiting churches, participating in congregational gatherings, and there's actually one happening, I think, all week. The 7 by 7, revival is happening in different neighborhoods. I know that 2. Thank you, Mama Blue. I know I'm welcome. Shout out to Word of Life, um, Fellowship, but yeah, there's 7 by 7 that they're doing, uh, revivals around the city. 2 of them I know, I don't know where all of them at, and I'm not sure where to go to get the information. Maybe somebody can send it to us if you know where 7 by 7 tents are, but I believe it's one on 19th, Street and 19th Avenue, right there on that corner, maybe 18th Avenue and 19th Street, if they still doing it in the same place, right across from that little store, them apartments right over there. I remember back in the days, it was a building out there, the lady used to sit and cut up collard greens under that building back in the day, when you go down 18th Avenue, but yes, they right across the street, so it's 18th Avenue, 19th Street. I believe they have a tent there, and then on 49th Street and 14th Avenue, they got the tent out there too for the, 7 by 7 revival. Botley Park, thank you, Mama Blue, help me out, let me know where them tents at. So Botley Park, they're doing that 7 by 7 revival, man, and it's again, another way that you can connect with your spiritual leaders and, fellowship with people who are like-minded, who, believe, and trust and, willing to get out. You know what I'm saying? Tweet, what's going on? I wanna talk with we gotta make time for a check-in because I got some ideas on tech, and I actually need some help with some tech, and so I'm gonna be reaching out to 22nd and Tech for some help, so stay tuned for that. Hold me to that too, because we're trying to get d7speaks.com together, so when you get a chance, tweet, take a look and let us know what you think, but I got some ideas, and I need a little bit of support for that, so, I'm gonna be reaching out because we got friends, friends. So again, you're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. What we're doing is I'm just kind of recapping some of the work that we've been doing, the approach that we've been taking to the work since being appointed to city council, and really before that, it's our process is what I'm talking about. Thank you so much, Tasha. Hold me to it, and d7speaks.com. And so just the process that we use is not something that is new since we've been doing since I've been appointed, but it's the process that we've been using for quite a while now, in the work in the community. Um, we just never I just never told y'all explicitly, like, "This is what we're doing." We just, did it. But now I'm letting you know, kinda letting you in the game room a little bit. And so we've, you know, did this asset map. We looked at the institutions in the community. Those institutions are, businesses and developing business partners. And we've been working specifically with small businesses, but there are also big businesses in our community too, that don't meet the definition of small business. Small business, I think, is like up to 50 employees, right? So if you got under 50, they consider you a small business. But we have some over 50 businesses in the community that we're going to be reaching out to as well. So reaching out to the businesses, reaching out to the neighborhood associations, and then reaching out to congregations and churches. And then last week, this was kind of the long way for me getting here to tell y'all about last week, actually the last couple weeks, is I've been going to schools because schools are institutions in our community for sure. And, you know, some folks had asked me, why would you as the council member go to a school? And my question is, why not? Why wouldn't I go to a school? School have staff, administrative support teams. They provide jobs in the community for the administrators and the staff and the janitors and the lunch ladies and so you got the people who work in the school who live in the community, and then they got the kids, man. They got the youth, and they have their finger on the pulse of what's happening with children, what's going on with our babies, and if I wanna be in touch and engaged about that, then why not go and talk to the people who deal with them every day and experience them every day in a way that I don't? And so I've been meeting with administrators, principals, you know, volunteer coordinators at the schools, and been really eye-opening, man, learning a lot about, what's happening in our community through the schools. One of the things I learned, and I'm actually gonna pull this up and talk about it, and it's something that I knew, but I just didn't think with on a regular basis, right? because if you sometimes when you remove from it and you're not connected to it, you don't think about it, right? And that's one of the things that I didn't think about. Tell you what, we'll talk about it in the next hour, because I like to hear from my colleagues when they get hit as well. But homelessness in schools is a problem, man, like youth homelessness. And I was at one school, they said they had like 91 students who, um, when they leave school, they ain't got no house to go to. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and that was just one school, and the impact of not having a home, a stable home on your educational experience, man, is I mean, you can't even quantify that, right? And so it's just, you know, those things are like, "Okay, yeah, that's right, I remember hearing about that," right? But now it's to the point where you have to ask yourself, "What are we gonna do about it, and how can we help and support those families?" And then also getting to the root of the causes, like what's causing our children and families, to be homeless. Um, and then how does that equate to, going back to school? And so that was one of the things, that was like a big thing, at 2 schools I went to. They mentioned the homeless population and ways that they can be supported and served, and then also the educational experience. So we talked about this last week too, and I just wanna remind y'all. Have did y'all ever think about this? Let me know. During COVID, right? Um, so that was 2020. Right? That was like March of 2020 when it first broke out. So if you was in kindergarten in 2020, you probably they probably in like 3rd grade right now. And then for like 2 years, right, just the not going to school, um, the chaos around how you show up when you go to school, mask mandates, mask on, mask off, 2 masks or not to mask, and the politicizing of all of that stuff that was happening, that was going on, the waiving of testing requirements and, things like that. So, w I experienced it with my daughter from the perspective of having a senior, in school, uh, and, that last year during, like, 2020, 2021 it was crazy, right? So seniors who graduated, like the class of 2020, the class of 2021, them graduations look different, y'all. Um, but also the enrollment, like if you started school in 2020, you started in 2021, 2022, those are your first, elementary school experiences. The impacts of that are starting to manifest themselves in, the educational performance and outcomes that are not seen, right? Because you see the results, you see the testing scores, and you see all of that stuff, but you don't really see the real impact of, those 2 or 3 years on our children, and that's one of the realities that I was able to get by going to, um, the schools, man, and so they need a lot of support, they need a lot of help, uh, you know, so, that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm actually gonna go and sign up to be a lunch pal, to spend some time with, some students, have lunch, also continuing to help, recruit mentors because that was another one of the things that they said they needed at schools. They need people to come in and mentor, and work with the children, and that was another conversation that I think was pretty interesting as well, was, when you look at the different grade levels and we talk about mentorship, in the earlier grades was when the emphasis was, put on mentoring, like the elementary schools was heavy on mentoring. But then when I went to the high school, they was like, man, by the time they get here, like if you ain't mentoring them, the whole time, don't expect to come in here, with this magic mentor wand and change somebody's life. Not that it's not, possible to do that, but it is a consideration by the time they get to 9th, 10th, 11th grade and you come in, as a mentor. Um, it's feel different than when you get with them in 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade. And so just be mindful of that as you show up to do the work. And so, yeah, so mentors are needed. You can, again, go to d7speaks.com, click that take action button. When you click take action, I think we added a space for you to sign up to register as a volunteer in Pinellas County Schools. That's kind of our immediate response to what we heard them say. So they said, "You look, we need volunteers. We need people to come in and help." And so we put a link on d7speaks.com for you to be able to sign up and actually get into the schools and do some volunteering. And so we hoping y'all will take us up on that challenge, man. Um, it's motivational money making money. Got a call on the line. Caller, you on the air. What's your name? What's on your mind?
How you doing, brother? John, it's you. How
King
you
Yubi.
doing?
I'm doing well, big brother. Talk to me.
Well, yeah. Now they used to have that the teaching,
Yep.
and I used to do that, and others used to do that too.
I think it's
And
in November.
well, sometimes they kind of stop us from it, based on different little reasons. But one
Okay.
thing that was said to me when I went to Bayside High School was they told us, with all due respect, you just here for a few minutes. You don't know these kids. And I had to correct them and say, with all due respect, they don't live in your neighborhood, they live in mine.
Come on, man.
So you the one that don't know them.
Right.
And sometimes we get the misconception that at high school we can't change them. No, it's just at high school you would think a child would need more, but no, teenager would need more guidance
Yeah.
because of the high school pressure. So it ain't that you can't change them; it's that they're gonna need more because they're going through more stuff.
That's right, and I appreciate you jumping in and let's turn this rope and double dutch this thing, man. but, but because but because the perspective that was given was that sometimes those who come in they have good intentions, but they don't have reality on the magnitude of the problem, and so they think that okay, I'm finna just come in and mentor this kid, you know what I mean, and at the high school level not realizing that they may have seen people come and go throughout their lives.
So they're expecting you to disappoint them at least. Now, we say
Yes,
that everybody
yeah,
get involved. When you get involved with a kid, a child, a teenager, anybody, the most important thing that you can do is be solid and be
exactly.
committed.
And,
You know what I mean? Not for
yeah,
the moment, not for the minute. Committed.
and that's what was being expressed, UB, when I was at the school was like that commitment level sometimes ain't there. You know what I'm saying? Because because it's tough, right? And once you sitting in front of a student, if this ain't what you really do, or your approach, sometimes you coming in, you might have the right message, but your method of delivering that may be off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. I always say the analogy I use is that I could cook you a brand new steak dinner, right?
Hmm.
And then if I go to Walmart, brand new garbage can lid, and put the steak down on the garbage can lid, you probably ain't gonna eat it, even though I got the garbage can lid brand new out of Walmart. You're not gonna eat it because the way I present it.
Exactly, exactly, and that's exactly right, and that's again, from what they were saying is that show up more at the high school level than at the elementary level, and so it's a mixed bag, man. It's definitely a mixed bag. But we need the help in all grades. Middle school students need the help. Elementary and high school. But that was just one of them, tickers at the bottom, a little disclaimer. When you turn the box over, like no,
Yeah,
when you come into high school, you know what I mean. The way that they respond to you is it may be a little different because of what they've experienced. They have some lived experiences that they're bringing at this point that may be fully materializing because they 15, 16, 17, and in some cases you never know what they've been throughout that period. You know what I'm saying?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And the homelessness, the other thing is,
Ooh, thank you.
they really got an issue with that.
It is. It's a huge issue.
Even what the children's services,
Yep.
they don't say it, but what they do is they don't have well, they
And
used to drive them over to Tampa, and they sleep in the back of the company vehicles, and they lock them in the parking lot, and then
ooh,
in the morning somebody come let them out.
wow, wow.
So that that's
Yeah.
that's I mean, like real talk right now, just like the city vehicles just sitting there, or the companies that they take the vehicles there, they lock them in the gate in the parking lot. They
Mm,
tell them to sleep in the back of the vehicle. They lock the vehicles,
wow.
and then in the morning comes and let them out. They can go to school and clean themselves up and do whatever, and they can pick them to school, and then they pick them up and they do it again because
Wow.
they ain't got no place for these people. That's one of the reasons why I say, with the increase of taxing the citizens and taxing the tax,
Yeah,
eventually, it's unaffordable without job growth, without some type of sustainability, without some type of economy. It's unsustainable, and these are the people that's going to suffer.
that's true.
It's gonna be the kids. It's gonna be the people. It's gonna be this. It's we need to get some type of economic stability and something where
Right.
we can generate money where it's not just, oh, let's just tax the citizens, let's just raise this, let's just do that, let's just do this.
That's right, man. And I definitely appreciate you because you really connect the dots so well, brother Yubi.
I try, man. I'm just one man, just like you, man. I'm just
That's right.
one man trying.
And that's all it takes, man. Because if you put one and one together, you got two. So
Yeah.
it start with the one. I guess we just walked in, y'all.
Uh oh.
Hey.
Hey, it's you. Well,
Y'all give me the second hour.
Yeah. Okay. We got the second hour.
Well, I mean, you got me 4 minutes
Yeah. Yeah.
and 1 hour.
Okay. Hour and four. But you be man,
all
I
right,
appreciate
brother.
you, big brother. Thank you again for all that you do, man.
All right, bro.
See you soon. So you listen to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, the new 99 G morning show. We're talking about the back to school tour and the things that I experienced, some of the aha moments that I had
Mhm.
in the rounds that I made, and one of them was talking about youth homelessness in schools and the way that they're showing up. Some of the causes. We're gonna talk about that in the second hour as well. And you was just tapping in. We talked about the need for mentors because
Mhm.
that's one of the things that I heard when I was at the schools was they were saying that they need people to come in and mentor the students. That was a big theme in the earlier grades. But then when I went to the high school, they was like, mentors are good, but by the time they get to high school, some of them, not all of them, we don't subscribe to all,
Right.
but there are some who've kind of checked out on that mentor experience because they've had people come and go, people come in and
And they will because, like,
yeah,
usually they're really big because I've been a mentor.
right,
So, especially for the younger ages,
right.
um, more so middle school. So I'm right there in the middle, and the kids are so excited.
Yeah, I'm laughing because Shayna say, "Well, look who showed up."
Good morning, everybody. But no, like, they're so excited to see you, and then, because you start to build this relationship and bond with them,
Right.
and then when you disappear, it's another disappointment for them, so
Mhm.
you don't know, the impact that you have on them
Right.
and the damage that you can do, so I will tell you, if you're gonna be a mentor, be committed,
Yeah, and that's
you
what
know,
and that's
and
what they said. And one of the challenges with the early years is what when I was at Fairmount Park, they said is what would happen is once they for the students, so let's say they start at third grade, they end up following that student. So when they get to sixth grade, that mentor that was at that school is now going to another school because they're following
the
the
student
student.
mhm,
And so they need more mentors to come in and come
mhm.
back. You know what I'm
Because
saying? Yeah.
the mentees really end up seeing you as an addition to
Yeah.
their family,
Right.
and you'll be shocked, like, I know you probably you've been a mentor,
I have.
and you see they tell you a lot of stuff that it's like, and a lot of times you help shape them and save them from things that they typically wouldn't be saved from.
It's true. And yeah, so we're gonna talk more about that. I got some notes on some of the causes of youth homelessness. I got some ideas about some programming that I'm actually working on, and I'll share that with y'all, and y'all can let me know what y'all think. We're gonna do this week in history. We got some of those things. We got some headline news. So y'all stick around for it, man. Again, this is your community radio, 99.1 FM. As a community-owned public media resource, we rely on the support of listeners like you to help keep the shows you love on the air. We got a light bill due too, y'all. So y'all help us out, man. Go to that website. Go to that website. Y'all see what Duke doing to us with these
Oh,
light
yeah.
bills.
So you imagine what they doing to us
Us
over
over
here,
here, over here,
over
for
here,
real.
over here. Yeah.
And so y'all make sure that y'all go to 99jamsburg.com, tap in, and we'll be right back. For those on the radio, you're going to hear Democracy Now! Headline news, and we'll be right back. Stick around for it. Peace.
Camilla will be here with business, but first, the latest world news.
Hello, I'm Neil Nunes with the BBC News. Screenwriters in the United States look set to end their nearly 5-month-long strike after their union reached a tentative deal with studio bosses. Members of the Writers Guild of America must agree to a 3-year contract before they return to work. Sandro Monetti, the editor-in-chief of Hollywood International Filmmaker magazine, told the BBC that a huge number of jobs in LA rely on television shows and movies being made.
Here in California, the cost to the economy of the work stoppages
y'all. Yes, yes, y'all. Keep on.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Go.
Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John,
This is Qiana.
and this program is being brought to you as part of the newest project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That?
See that?
And we like to thank y'all for tuning in to help us to redefine what's cool.
Mhm.
Because you know, smart is
The new
gangster.
baby.
And if you don't know,
And now you know.
no. So welcome to the ride, y'all. Again, we want to thank y'all for tapping in, tuning in, allowing us into your homes, into your cars, into your workplace, into your booth, into your cubicle, wherever you catching us at.
On this great Monday.
We thank y'all for creating space for us to be here and engaging with y'all. So today is National Daughters Day.
Ooh.
So National Daughters Day on September 25th is celebrated to cherish our daughters who bring so much love into our lives. Although we don't really need a reason to celebrate our children, it's nice to be given an opportunity to pay our daughters some extra attention and show them how much they are loved.
You have 3.
I have 3 daughters. Yes.
So are you going to do something special for your daughters?
Not special, but I'll give them a call.
And say Happy Daughters Day?
Happy Daughters Day, but yeah, today kind of jammed, so it probably won't be an exciting daughter day per se. But yeah, so yeah, I give them a shout out, and I got a Facebook picture we can
you could throw
I
there.
put up the men and girls as Happy Daughters Day.
So I'm gonna say, is my mama listening?
Okay,
it's Happy Daughters Day, and I want something.
Oh, you went that way. Okay.
I want something.
You didn't go to mama. You to your daughter. You went to like
my mama.
Okay.
And I want something.
Okay.
So, mama, if you listen,
what's a Daughter's Day gift?
I don't know.
Do we know what we're supposed to be?
Well, you know, it's Libra season.
Okay. Sprinkle.
Yes.
Sprinkle me, Mike. Sprinkle me.
Yes. And so my birthday's Friday, so she can start today.
Okay. So wait, so you're saying that daughter day and birthday all just kind of roll that up into one?
Yep.
Okay. So National Daughters Day. So if you're a daughter, call your mama and tell her the day your day.
Yes.
That's what Qiana did.
Yep.
I was thinking, okay, what you gonna do with Cheyenne? How you gonna show up?
Cheyenne need to call me and tell me it's Mama Daughter Day.
She need to make the phone call.
She need to make the phone.
Okay,
but it's different for you because you're not a daughter, so you need to make a phone call to your daughter.
So fathers make the call to their daughters, but daughters make the call to their mothers
and tell them. And let them, that's what I'm rocking with.
I hear that. Okay. I absolutely. I hear you. Do we have a would you rather for the day? I still got some other days too. But I just
do that, and then by the time you do that, I will have my would you rather.
Okay, cool. So it's also National Food Service Employee Day. That occurs annually on September 25th. It's a day to set aside to recognize, appreciate, and thank the staff that works in the food service industry. King Jab, are you listening? Hosts, waiters, chefs, cleaning staff, and managers are all integral members of the team that make sure the food establishments run smoothly. Whether they work in restaurants, coffee shops, cafes, nursing homes, hospitals, schools, and more, these employees aim to provide us with the best service possible. So today is a day for you to shout out, recognize, and appreciate food service workers.
So have you ever worked in the food industry?
Absolutely. That was my first job.
Okay. Yeah. What was it?
My first job was at Bennigan's.
They don't even have Bennigan's no more.
It's where Chick-fil-A is on the beach now. That used to be Bennigan's back in the day. So when you go to St. Pete Beach, that Chick-fil-A right there.
That used to be Bennigan's?
That used to be Bennigan's.
That was a small Bennigan's.
Yeah. When I was at.
But
like 15, 16 when I was.
What did you serve? Or
I didn't serve. I was washing dishes.
That was where you washing dishes.
I was washing dishes. That was my first job, washing dishes. Shout out to Dirty Gert, man. Gert got me the job. Me and my brother, he got us on at Bennigan's. And yeah, that was my first gig. And then after that, I think I worked. I'm trying to remember. I was dishwashing for a little minute. I did dishwashing at IHOP. Then I did dishwashing at the pier. I washed dishes down there. A place called Nick's on
Okay.
Nick's on the Wharf. I was dishwashing food service industry there. And then when I was at IHOP, I started cooking a little bit, not a whole lot.
So my first food service job was McDonald's. My first job was Marshall.
Okay.
So I worked at Marshall's, then I worked at Macy's. Where it was
You shouldn't say, "Ooh, what year was that?"
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Shannon, you on one this morning. Look,
She tapped in for real.
look.
I don't remember. That was 90 something, maybe
Mm-hmm.
90, 91, 92, maybe.
Now, so my first job was 90. I want to say 97,
Okay.
97, 98.
Okay. I feel about
That's where I was at.
that feel right.
That's where I was at.
Yeah, but it's National Food Service Employee Day. So shout out to the food service employees.
Because that's some real work.
Oh yeah, it's work.
Like this work. So I give my listen.
Yeah.
Like especially like restaurant work. Like
Oh yeah, hats off, man. And they was talking about essential workers and all of that stuff during the pandemic. And food service workers were, some of the hardest hit.
Because especially when you're a server, because I was a server too. Like I worked at Denny's, I was a server. I made great money. But yeah, and you live off your tip.
Yeah, I think they made some changes to the way that
a little bit
calculated too, because
it was like when I did it, it was like $2.14.
Yeah, and there's like some history behind tipping. Maybe we can get the intellectual gangster to give us the history. How that was a way to keep from paying black people. But I ain't gonna double click on it too much.
Okay,
we'll wait for Brother Donnie, the intellectual,
we'll wait till Friday weekend.
Give us the whole story on how that old tipping pay scale worked out. Another thing today, National One Hit Wonder Day, right? So one hit wonders are like, these tracks that gain popularity during their time.
These TikTok songs.
TikToks are one hit wonder.
A lot of them.
Okay.
A lot of them, they have one good song is trendy, and then there's really nothing else.
We're in the era of one hit wonders, But some of the a list of one hit wonders that they gave when I was looking for this. Ice Baby.
That was the first one that came to my mind.
Really?
I swear,
Baby?
Yes, I swear that was the first thing that came.
Ice Baby, yeah, that was a one hit wonder, right? Whoop, there it is.
Whoop, there it is.
Yeah. What's another song that Tag Team made after Whoop, there it is that you remember?
Tag Team? No, I don't remember.
Okay. My Baby Daddy by B Rock and Blizz.
Yeah,
my baby daddy.
I hate
That was a one hit wonder. They saying Sir Mix-a-Lot. They included him. Baby Got Back.
What other song do you know from him?
My Posse on Broadway.
My Posse on Broadway.
Yeah, that was another. I mean, it wasn't like a whole bunch of hits, but he had that one. And it was like another song. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah. Young MC, Bust a Move.
Bust a Move.
Yeah.
Good morning, caller. Introduce yourself.
Hi, good morning. My name is Misha Patrick.
Hi, Misha. We was excited. You know what? We were waiting on your phone call.
Oh, I'm glad.
Good morning.
How are you?
Calling all the way from Orlando.
Yes. Actually, Kissimmee. I'm not sure how to say it.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Well, the outskirts of Orlando, Kissimmee.
Yes.
Introduce yourself to the people.
So my name is, again, Misha Gay Chatry, and I'm a certified emotion code practitioner. And, I enjoy helping people. So that's why I got into this field, and I'm here to talk about that this morning.
Okay, so say what you do again, because you said it so fast.
I'm a certified emotion code practitioner.
Okay, and what does that do?
Okay, so basically, I help people to become, more in touch, or, sometimes we have trapped emotions. I'll say that because that's how I got into the field. So I have, or like a lot of people, we've had trapped emotions that we hold on to from our past. Maybe, we're hurt in some way, or something about our upbringing, or maybe one day someone said something to us that triggered us, but we never dealt with it really. So we have those things trapped inside of us. And it will manifest itself in, let's say, asthma, or manifest itself with pain, or stomach ache, So like I started to get into that because I was doing like counseling for myself for years, but it wasn't like helping as much. I had more breakthrough when I started to again do emotion code, like clearing trapped emotions that I had from my past.
Okay.
And then that had like a huge like for me mentally, emotionally, and physically. So now that I became certified after like I went through my own, sessions doing it, and I became certified, and this is what like I love to do now.
So, just to kind of recap, so like past traumas, like people
Yeah,
hold those traumas in, and they they lash out emotionally, and then
yeah,
physically you're looking at like you have headaches or stomach aches,
yeah,
and all. So
yeah,
then you would address this.
yeah. Yep.
Okay.
This is identifying the trapped emotion, like where and when. Sometimes just calling it out because I know like my husband is also Christian, so but like call it out, like call out what that sin is, or call out what that my mom is Pentecostal. I'm gonna say devil because she would say devil, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So call out what it is, right? Call it. You identify what it is. So let's say it is anxiety
Mm-hmm.
for this reason. So you call out anxiety. You feel like I released it. So what I do is like I help people identify what it is and release that emotion, that trapped emotion that's probably holding them back.
Now, do you prescribe any medication with this, or this is
No,
just
not at
strictly
all.
okay? Go.
This is just talk therapy. Yeah, basically just talk therapy. We talk through it.
Mm-hmm.
And also sometimes like I tap into like the subconscious. So the subconscious is the one that's like keeping memory or keeping score of what we hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
So I know this morning you guys were talking about money manifestation, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So example, so I had and I didn't even know I had emotions with regards to money because I grew up Jamaica. My mom left Jamaica to come to America. I didn't know I held on to like people always saying, "Oh, your mom never sent no money to take care of you." And I didn't know that that emotion was like holding me back in my adult life.
Mm.
I held on to the fact that there wasn't enough money to take care of me. So I had to do a lot of clearing of that emotion. And I didn't know until like again, like I did this. I was like, oh, okay. It's like a false belief or something subconsciously that I held on to and I needed to clear to be able to now change my affirmations. I say like I have more than enough.
Right.
I use scriptures like God is infinite abundance. So I'm connected to infinite abundance source. So like I say those things daily and I try to remind myself, change that programming or that subconscious thoughts that I have. I change that and reprogram my mind.
So you're helping you reprogram your bad thoughts. So how
Your
we say
bad thoughts
all
and
the
the
time,
emotions.
like the programming and like our default is holding us back.
Yeah, exactly.
And so like if somebody needed some to come to you, like what would be like the starting, like you would say somebody may be able to have to come to see some results, or how long would it take, you think, to start to
So
see? And I know it could be different per person.
yeah, for I'll just use myself because, like I said, I did it. So like about after 6 months, but different things come up. So sometimes it's like I started this because I wanted to see a change in my relationship.
Mhm.
My relationships with people, family, and so again, it took about 3 months to do that. When it came to finances, however, it took a little bit longer because my mom sometimes, okay, so this part I didn't mention, but sometimes some emotion that you have is also like passed down.
Mhm.
Okay.
So like when my mom was pregnant with me, she had emotions that she felt, and then that was passed on to me. So I had to do like different sessions to clear like emotions that were trapped from utero. Then I had to do my stage of emotion trapped, throughout my life in different stages of my life where I created, false beliefs and then clear that. So it took, and I'm still working on it. So I can't even say it's fully cleared, but so probably about 6 months to do that.
Hmm.
But it was different. It wasn't every day. It was like, okay, one day, and then we see a reaction. You know, like you see like a subtle change,
And
and
so, what,
again, it's from the mind.
and so you also teach people like their triggers.
Yes, so I teach people that's like the main thing. Because I want people to be able to do it on their own. You know, so you won't be like you won't have to call me every day. So I'm going to teach people how to clear their own emotions so that they and they can do it for their children. Because I teach my daughter, she's 5. Like she got upset about something, and I'm like, okay, let's release that emotion. I don't want her to hold on to emotions and then it carry over to her adult life. So as it comes, you know, have her like release it. I teach her how to release those emotions,
So
and I teach like adults how to release it themselves.
so I have a question. You mentioned seeing the changes. Like how do the changes manifest themselves? Like how do you know? Like okay, yeah, I'm better in this particular area. Like
Oh,
how does
so
that?
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So example. Again and again, I'm using myself for the financial part.
Sure.
So everything that I ever applied for, like any loans, credit cards, I'll be denied, 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 denied. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can never get anything. Nothing, like no money just, money is not like staying with me, or people would like to be in situations where okay, oh, let me borrow this or whatever, and I'm like, I'm gonna give her, right? And then all of a sudden it was a change where I'm seeing people like pouring into me
Mm.
after like I did all of that. And I was like, wow, like that doesn't usually happen to me. So now I can say like miracles happen to me daily, like so I
Mhm.
changed because I started to see it for myself. But before I would be the giver and never like the receiver. People wouldn't give them to me. Like I said, applying to things wasn't it wouldn't happen to me. Like we could apply for me, you could go and apply to the bank for a loan. You'd owe somebody, the other person would get it, and I wouldn't get it for whatever reason. But now I'm seeing a whole change where money's coming to me from expected and unexpected places.
So,
Wow.
it might seem like you kind of teach people also to manifest the life that they want, to believe it, to vision it, and then they start to receive it.
Yeah. But
Okay.
mainly, I go back to my main purpose though is to just clear the emotional baggages that are holding us back. So if it's a career change you want, so okay, what is holding you back? If it's a better relationship with your family, like what's holding you back? What are the tough emotions? And clear those, and then the person will start to see the manifestation in their life. So mainly, I just clear the emotions that need to be cleared and teach you how to.
Now, if somebody wanted to get in contact with you, where could they reach you at? Do you have a website?
Still working on my website, but right now I have you could reach me. I have an appointment app, or the best thing to do is email me at Misha MEISHA dot CHATRIE at Gmail.
Give it to me
And
again. Give it to me one more time. MEISHA dot.
CHATRIE at gmail.com, and in the attention just put clear emotion.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So we're gonna put that in the chat for folks to be able to reach out to you. Uh, and if there was like
Much
a
appreciated.
no, thank you for that. And yeah, that's a powerful service that you provide. Uh, yeah,
It is.
I have some
It
experience
is like
with
it
emotional
helps
clearing.
so much.
Mhm.
So, if you had to leave the people with one thing, what would you leave them with?
I would leave them with the I guess the possibility of hope. Like taking your life into your own hands, taking your emotions into your hands, and not letting it lead or control your life.
Mm,
Just
Mhm.
take your emotions and clear what needs to be cleared so you can move on.
that's awesome. Thank you
Yes.
again.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you
We'll
for
have
having
to have you we'll have to have you come in one day. I know you waiting
Yes.
to send me, but we appreciate the phone call, and you have a wonderful day.
You too. And I look forward to coming in. Take
Awesome.
care. Bye bye.
Motivational Monday, man.
Yeah, so the information's out there.
Emotion.
Yeah,
You gotta keep moving.
yeah,
Emotion.
yeah.
You can't like have a stuck emotion. You gotta let it flow.
And a lot of times when people miss the motion part of it,
Yeah.
and they get stuck right at that little sore spot.
And it don't just disappear. Like
No,
like what she said, it goes to different places in your body. I got some experience with that. Um, yeah, of exactly what she was talking about. I've done some emotive behavioral therapy.
did you like it?
I loved it. Yeah, it's a part of my makeup. I I, I got some testimonies as it relates to therapy,
Okay.
processing emotion, and she talked about like the prenatal experience. I got some of that too in
Mhm.
my repertoire.
'Cause
Yeah.
sometimes we don't realize we're
Mhm.
blaming,
Mhm.
like our parents for stuff and that.
I think the other part of what the emotional therapy that I've done showed me is it's not blame, it's responsibility.
Okay,
You assign responsibility, which is fundamentally cause, right?
okay,
And you just get to decide whether you wanna continue to stay at effect
okay.
or be at cause, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so being at cause puts you in a place of responsibility. Being at the effect puts you in that blame spot where it's like, okay, this is what you did, that's what happened, da 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 da. But then you start accepting responsibility for your reaction to it and how you handled it and how you dealt with it. And then you can take ownership of it.
Ownership, and
Yeah.
then you're no longer pointing fingers at
Right,
somebody else.
right. Because you
Eh,
can't fix what nobody else did. You got to fix yourself. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Well, they say you can't control what people do or say to you. You can only control how you respond and react to it.
And that's why, like, your words are so powerful, right? People tell us
Mm.
things, and then we start to believe it, and then we start to speak those same things
Yeah,
into existence, and
that's
we don't even realize. Like, I know, like,
mm.
somebody tell you, like, "Oh, everybody's against you," and then you start looking for everybody to be against you,
Yeah, yeah.
and then you look for the actions of it, even though nobody might not even be against you,
Right.
but you'll be like, "Yeah, they look at me crazy."
That the energy and that intention is being sent out,
Mhm.
and what you send forth is what you harbor.
'Cause your perception is your reality. So if you think that, you're gonna find that. 'Cause you
Right.
can make what I'm learning is people can make dots connect, even if they don't connect. Like, if it makes sense in their mind, it don't have to make sense to nobody
It makes sense, absolutely. Here's something that I was just reading, because I'm still, like, processing and practicing.
else. Mhm,
One of the things I was just reading about language, and it talks about language as a symbol for actions,
mhm,
right? And how we say, words can never hurt you. We had to unlearn that, right? We know
right.
words can hurt. But just think about the words "come here,"
Mhm,
right? If I say "come here," like those words themselves have no ability to move you in one direction or another, the words, but it's an experience that you've had with those words that cause you to move. And
hmm.
so it's talking about our experience with language and our experience with words and how the experience that we have with those words cause us to behave and manifest certain types of behavior.
Because the word itself don't have any power.
Yeah.
We give it power.
And you look at a 3-year-old, you say, "Come here." Like, that word can't physically move them to you.
Right.
It's after you tell them that enough, eh,
That they realize.
there's some benefit, some reward, or some consequence of not doing that.
Mhm,
That's what makes them respond to you when you say, "Come here." But
mhm.
if you just tell them, "Come here," they have
No idea
no idea
what
what
it
what
means
that
until
consequence.
somebody
Right, right.
defines it for them.
Right, right, and it's usually defined through some action or through some experience. It's a whole 'nother level of mind and words and
We always
yeah.
throw out different stuff 'cause that we need to do. And maybe we need to do
Yeah, that's
like
the
a
part I'm
Breakfast
working on.
Club retreat,
Mhm.
and have some of these classes and give people some of these tools that
Yeah,
like the
those are
beginner
valuable
kit.
tools. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The entry level kit.
Yeah, and then y'all could go home and work on other
Just
stuff.
start with definitions and being able to understand, like, this is possible. Like what, the caller said is about just hope and knowing that it's actually possible for you to, to name these things and address
Because I believe like meditation
it. Mhm.
and just kind of clearing your thoughts and like getting the negative energy out of you because like
That
I'm
takes
big.
practice. Yeah.
It does, but I'm big on like if the energy is wrong,
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
like that.
That's
Even
right.
because like everybody know, like I sometimes Uber, like that's my part. It's kind of like my therapy. Like if I'm having a stressed out day, I might just get in the car and just ride. And then I get a lot of cool riders, all this other stuff. I get to talk to different people.
Okay.
Sometimes they don't want to talk, that's fine. But one rule in my car is that like once the energy change, you go negative, that's my last rider.
Okay.
Like I don't care what.
Where you at, yeah.
That's it.
Once you start feeling wrong,
Then
it's time to go.
it's time to end it. So I'm learning to, listen to myself.
Right.
And when something's off, you leave it. Don't question it. Like the worst thing can happen is I might have missed out on something, but if it's meant to be, I'm also a person that believes it will be.
But here's the thing: the worst thing that could happen is you might have missed out on something, but that also might be the best thing that happened.
Right. I remember when I was younger, right? My mom, I wanted to go to this house party. My mama told me no.
Okay.
Right. And I was so mad. I was like, they changed the date just for me. Like,
Okay.
And she was like, you not going. So
My
I threw this whole temper tantrum. So I was huge Tevin Campbell fan. And you remember when you used to get the posters and put the pictures on your wall? So I'm in my room. I done took all my posters down. I'm crying like,
you had a fit.
I had a fit. Oh, you got I had a fit. But the next morning I woke up and there was a shootout at the party.
Wow.
Nobody got hurt.
But yeah.
But I was so grateful
that
like
she said you couldn't
she
go.
told me I couldn't go.
Because
what if? And then I was so sad because all my posters was gone.
That's that emotional reaction, temporary thing that
and this is
causes problems.
Those taught me lessons at a young age. Like you don't let your emotions take the best of you because I regretted my walls is bare.
Right.
All that them years I took getting them posters, tearing them out, putting them on my wall. All is gone
in a moment.
A moment for no reason because I was being spoiled,
trying to prove a point.
Yes, and I ain't proved nothing.
Wow, that's how it happens. So you listen to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, y'all, right here on 99 Jams, man. Y'all tag a friend, let them know that we up and we on. We was talking about one hit wonders.
Oh yeah, we were.
And they put some one hit wonders in the chat. I seen UB put what was that? Who Let the Dogs Out? Was another one of them. I put in here "Cause I Love You" by Lenny Williams. I remember you must cause I love.
Shy. So yes,
they had a one hit wonder.
Yes.
Okay, which one was it?
I can't think of it, but
so it must have really been a one hit.
Shy. Y'all say it. You know the song. You know the group Shy.
Right. Remember Rockwell? I always feel like
somebody's watching me.
Name another song that he made. Can't do it. And Macarena was another one of them for the list of one hit wonders. Macarena was on that list.
And UB said emotional outbursts.
Yeah, you gotta know how to control those flows, man. All right, would you rather?
Would you rather? Okay, would you rather?
What would you rather?
I don't even know. Would you rather only be able to listen to one song for the rest of your life or only be able to watch one movie for the rest of your life? I'm going to go with movie.
Watch one movie?
Yeah.
Not listen to one song?
And let me tell you why.
Okay.
Because you get a little bit of everything in the movie. You'll get a song. Because, they play songs. You get like.
Okay. I see it.
So that's why I'm going to say one movie.
Yeah, I go with movie too. I can go with one movie.
If you had to pick one movie, what would it be?
If I had to pick one movie to watch?
Yes, for the rest of your life, you can watch nothing else.
It'll be one of them Eddie Murphy classics that's coming to mind. This is just like a flash answer, so that I don't prolong it. It'll probably be either Life or Harlem Nights.
So Harlem Night was right on the tip of my tongue, right? Yeah.
Life maybe. I think probably Life. It's one of those two. Life and Life. I'll land with Life. Life will probably be the movie. Yeah.
Why Life?
Because it's a movie that I can watch over and over again.
So like Harlem Night, I can like if I'm having a bad day, like I can pop Harlem Night on, and I know.
Good morning, K. Seafood. Yeah, but Harlem Nights is another one, and I got so my Harlem Nights. I went to see that with my dad. He took me and my cousin to the movie to see Harlem Nights. That was a good experience with that movie. So it could be that one, but life is just.
It's just life.
It's just life.
Raise boom boom room.
Yeah, raise boom. Tell them about the gun line balls. You know, my daddy watch.
That's my daddy watch.
And then I would choose a movie because I love music, and so only being able to have one song.
Oh, cause
I gotta have some songs in the rotation.
So if you had to choose one song, if you had to choose an album, what album would you take?
It's tough.
If you had to choose one album, y'all listen. So
it's tough. I can't really just pick one album. I'll tell you what I'm listening to right now. The album that I'm listening to right now is ATL. That's kind of the album that I'm on right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I'm listening to K-Camp. Is so he spin the block for you. I think that's the name of it. So like
is that R&B?
It's a rap.
Okay.
This is
spin the block for you. I thought it was R&B, but then I gotta remember what spin the block.
Yeah, but it's actually kind of like it's spin the block.
That's the album.
Yep, that's the album. It's an EP.
Okay.
But it's that song that I'm like.
Okay.
But I have so many. I'm like you. Like there's so many songs. So it's really hard. But like spin the block right now. That's like if you catch me on the interstate, I'm all in. And I'm one of the people like I be like in the
really.
Like one time I was listening to Mario.
How you be? You gotta show
they told me this.
How you be? You be spinning the block.
Like you catch me, I'm one of the people that be in the car and I get into the music. Like one time I'm like listening to Mario.
Yeah.
Old school, you say he's just a friend, and I'm like jamming. I look over the city bus driver, like just all in, like
you making them move.
Yeah, he lives
like. So I tell you Thursday. So I was at City Hall. We only had 2 committee meetings at City Hall Thursday, right? And so as I'm sitting there, JC come in, our legislative aide, and he walked out, and I was giving him kind of the rundown for the day, and he said, "Bet that." And when he said that, I was like, "Ooh, you can bet that." And so, like right before my health, energy, resilience, and sustainability meeting, I was like,
"Yeah, that's
I love aggressive music." I listened to it. I mean, I was just like, Trick Daddy just had me like so amped and fired up.
Right.
Before I walked down into like the room 100 for our committee meeting for the day. So yeah, shout out to Trick Daddy.
So
I appreciate you, man. You got me together for a council committee meeting.
So this motivation is money motivational Monday, right? However you want to see it, right? Cheyenne made so here we go. So we're motivating you to be in a good mood. And give you some tools because again,
Trick Daddy bet that. That's one of your
spin the block. Like, and see, I'm one of the people like one of them hopeless romantics. So like I find like a rap song that like kind of go or like an R&B song. Like I can listen to her.
Okay.
There's so many. Listen, so
I listen to some of the new things, but I just haven't really tapped in like in a way that I can name like new songs and new music that I really like.
My genre is so everywhere. I listen to Bruno Mars station on Pandora in my car. And I listen to it because it's very diverse.
Yeah, Bruno got a lot of
like his friends is everywhere. So like you'll be good morning. So like you'll be in there and I'll be listening to Rihanna and then the next song is like Sam Hunt or Tim McGraw. Faith Hill. Like you don't you really do not know Maroon 5.
Yeah, I like Maroon 5.
So like I'm big in all of that. So you can catch me with country, R&B, and I sing it all. So it just kind of so Bruno, it is like you just never know. And I figure I started out with the Bruno Mars station because when I was Ubering, I put it on because I figure if somebody gets in the car, something will come on that they like.
I hear that they'll be able to like jump in and they can recognize. No, that's right. You got to be diverse and expansive. Right?
Yes.
No, I appreciate that. Check this out. That's my Run DMC transition.
Okay, go ahead.
Check this out. A 10-year-old boy in Florida.
Okay.
And his 11-year-old sister. They were running away to California. They drove 200 miles in their mother's car before they were stopped by a sheriff's deputy on the interstate highway.
They were 200 miles?
Yep. The Alachua County Sheriff's Office said deputies spotted a sedan on Interstate 75 near Gainesville in North Florida just before 4 a.m. Thursday. The children's mother had reported the car stolen and her children missing 4 hours earlier in Northport, which is a city in Southwest Florida. The deputies, thinking that they were dealing with car thieves, drew their guns and ordered those inside to step out. Much to their surprise, deputies observed a 10-year-old male driver exit the vehicle along with his 11-year-old sister. The children told deputies that the girl had been upset that their mother had taken away her electronic devices for misbehaving, so the boy was driving her to California. The children were interviewed by detectives who said there was no indication that they had been mistreated by their mother or anyone else in the home. The mother declined to press charges and the children were released to her. The names of the mother and the children were not released. But yeah, shout out to the 10-year-old and his for taking his 11-year-old sister to California because mama took her phone.
So listen, that is brotherly and sisterly love. And it's fine. That is, I got your back. She mean you? Let's go.
That's right. She took your what?
What?
She did what?
Oh, we out of here.
We out of here. Where you trying to go? I'm going to California.
Let's go.
Gassed up. And she must have had a full tank because they 200 miles away from home on the highway.
And then he can really drive this 10-year-old.
I'm trying to think of 10 was I think I might have like 11. I think I was 11 or 12.
But 200 miles, they done been driving some hours.
He on I-75. Yeah.
He's staying with I'm
trying to figure out where he like over GPS. GPS probably telling them how to get to California. How you know?
How
to get to California.
Oh.
Hey Siri, take us to California. And he followed the direction. So, yeah, 10-year-old and his 11-year-old sister ran away going to California.
So the 11-year-old sister couldn't drive.
Right? No, I guess not.
No, but the 10-year-old. But you know what? The brother protecting the sister, I got you.
Right. I got you.
Can you hear the conversation when they get pulled over?
Oh, it's Eric Jackson. He said that's them Grand Theft Auto video games. For real, Eric, because like, how did he know how to drive?
But can you imagine the conversation when they see the police behind them and pull them over that they have it in the car?
If they stole the car, they probably cuss like everybody else too. Them some cussing 10, 11-year-olds. They probably had that same reaction that you have when you see the police behind you. It's a cuss word.
And so I wonder at this point, they say, should we pull over? Or do we
keep on mashing it? Like,
because at this point, I think they know that this is a bad idea, right?
They're 200 miles down the road.
So they
still ain't hit them. They on mission. They trying to get to Cali. And then when the police got behind them, they probably cussed like everybody else.
Okay.
Did, right? Said that thing.
But see, they don't
pull over. and then the police, they saying they thinking it's car thieves, so they got guns drawn.
Oh, because
so they got guns on.
And then they get out. So
they step out. Yeah, they step out, and it's a 10-year-old and his 11-year-old sister saying that my mama was mean. So,
and that's why we got the car.
Yeah, that's why we took the car. That's interesting to say.
I'm going to tell you that I imagine these kids, if they would do this at 10 and 11, mama,
yeah,
mama, you got some work. No, like honestly, and this is and
this need to email Misha.
Oh yeah,
Give them emotional coaching because you can't just take your mama car and drive your sister to
But you what?
California
So
because she
you
took your phone.
so just think about it. I'm looking. These are children who probably like you overgive,
Okay.
and that they don't understand the consequences, or they don't get no hurt
They
a
don't
lot
really have a full appreciation for
of the word no.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And there
yeah,
was really no consequences when they were younger. And now this is the result of it, because they figure like ain't nothing really gonna happen.
yeah.
Kinda. That's what I'm saying.
Or there might be so many consequences that they just figured they had enough. Like, okay, this the last straw. She took my phone. I'm out of here. Tony Wells, that's what you had?
Yeah, you see I'm squinting over here.
Yes, yes. So
I really need to go get some glasses.
no, he said, I read that and found it interesting as well. I posted the question, community resources for this behavior, solutions for this behavior. We actually had a caller earlier, Brother Wells, that talked about emotional coaching and, the way to process these types of emotions and how you handle, these types of things. And I'm gonna say it, but I hope it don't get me in trouble. But sometimes it's just a good old behind whooping.
Sometimes it is, right? And it's not talking about abuse.
No, it's not.
No, it's not abuse. But this is someone. So I see kids when they're younger, and the parents think stuff is cute. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
and then they just and they don't realize you're giving them a pass. And when they get older, you want to stop giving them that pass.
Yeah.
And they be like, you always thought it was cute. It was okay then. Why it ain't okay now?
Yeah.
And
I'm 11. You thought it was cute when I was 7 or 8.
Right.
And now I'm 10 or 11. It ain't cute no more.
And that's why I'm wanting people like address the problem immediately.
Yeah.
Like even at a young age, like if your kids take something from the store, don't let them make them take it back in the store. Let them feel the embarrassment and everything that comes from that, so that they know not to do it again.
Right.
Like if they lie, call them out on the lie. Don't talk about it behind closed doors. Then they know that you're gonna cover them when they do stuff bad.
Yeah.
And you don't realize that you're teaching them stuff like that. Like you tell your kids not to lie, but then when you late to school, tell them that
okay.
you know what I mean?
Or you teach them don't lie, and then you tell them about the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy.
So that's true. I mean, it's kind of.
Don't you lie to me, boy. But put that rotten, crusty tooth under the pillow. So
here you go. So here we go. I get that. But then some stuff.
I hear what you're saying.
But some stuff build imagination, and you don't want to take the imagination from it, right?
Yeah,
and so the creativity, it's still alive.
When they grow up, they find out that
And I'm finna tell you, people who harp on that, they've been told not to lie. Like you could tell they trying to defend defend their actions that they done. You know what I mean? Like they're like if your child end up being a liar for some reason, and always you like no. Then to flip it so that they don't have to take accountability. You lied to me all my life. You told me that Santa Claus was real. But you benefit. That's the script.
I think
flipping and
you don't have to teach people how to lie.
Mm-hmm.
I think the lie has a root in fearing consequences of telling the truth. I think there's a fear factor in most lies. Now, then you have people who are intentionally deceptive and they're lying to secure some type of gain or benefit for themselves, right? Like you got that kind of lie. But I think most lies, especially from children, is just out of a fear of a consequence that come with being honest. And so, did you eat the cookie? Nope. Right? Because you've been told not to eat the cookie, but you ate it, and there's a consequence that you're afraid of. And so, when you're asked about it, you lie. I think that's one of them fundamental things, but that's just a Brother John theory.
I don't disagree with you on that.
Because you don't have to teach a child how to lie. You put them in a situation where they understand that if I tell the truth, it's going to be a consequence. And so I think the way we encourage truth telling is being mindful of that if you encourage them to tell the truth and they tell the truth and you beat the mess out of them for being honest, that's what causes them to lie, in my opinion. because now telling the truth came with a consequence. It's like what we talked about earlier when you said language. When I said language, the words come here
Yeah.
have no force with you until
Right.
you have an experience that coming or responding to that command has a certain outcome.
hmm
It's the same thing with telling the truth and telling a lie. Like if you are punished consistently for being honest, then you stop being honest.
You do stop being honest because you don't want the consequences.
Yeah, I just want you to tell me the truth. And then when I tell you the truth, you can't handle the truth.
As you be like, everybody wants to be lied to. He say women want to be lied to. Do we have an Ask Qiana? We got like a couple of minutes.
Yeah, it goes quick. Let's see.
Okay,
Ask
let's see.
Qiana. So Ask Qiana, and it's really in line with the theme we were talking about earlier. Hold on. What Dan said? I want to see this. Wait, we got a screen, Dan. Before I can't just read his live without reading it first. So I don't remember who that person is. He said, remember the 7-year-old Latarian Milton? I want to do hood rat stuff with my friends. Is that the one that took that vehicle? It was like a van or something I seen, and he was driving it across the country. But yeah, I think I remember a situation like that. All right, ask Qiana. All right, so hey Qiana, I need some advice. My little cousin is really smart, but struggling with behavior problems at school. They're not listening to their teacher. It's affecting their education, and I want to help them get back on track. Any advice would be appreciated.
It starts at home.
Okay. Might be living with little cuz though. You know, one of these days you got,
so
intergenerational.
It is, and they could be, but this is the results too. A lot of time, okay, so there's different things.
Mm-hmm.
One is they may be acting out because they're tired.
Okay.
They may
get rest.
Get rest. Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that the kids need to have a good time. Kids need structure.
Yeah.
Unstructured children act out in all different types of ways. Also, another thing is stop taking the power from authority figures.
Okay.
And that could be from anybody that you be like, oh, you don't gotta listen to them. If somebody of authority, and I believe that like other adults that's in there, most of the time they're not doing anything to hurt the children.
Mm-hmm.
You may not like it, but it's nothing to hurt them. If another adult say go sit down, make them still sit down.
Yeah.
You don't tell them, oh no, you ain't gotta listen to them. So what you're teaching them is that they can defy authority at a young age, and you don't realize that. We've had the conversation about like step parents, about discipline. They don't necessarily right. You don't have they don't have to whoop them to discipline them.
Right. But you will say I support whoopings. He put that in there.
I seen that, yeah. but you don't.
That's not always.
It's not always the case.
Yeah.
Also, we can reward behavior.
Okay.
If they like something, let them know that like, hey, if you have a good day, this is what we're gonna do. Start to recondition them, because a lot of times the only time they hear from you or get attention is when they're acting out, and they know that you're gonna take time out to yell at them. And our days are so busy that's the only time we do that. So it's about reconditioning your life.
Okay.
And then start focusing on the kids and figuring out why they're acting out, because there's so many different reasons.
Right.
A lot of times it is attention seeking, and they're not getting it in a positive manner, so they're acting out in a negative because they get that attention.
Yeah. Okay.
What would you say?
No, I agree with that. Like having a conversation and really talking about it. I think I don't think we give enough respect to children's minds and their ability to articulate what they experience. And so I think a lot of times I remember like when I was, 6, 7, 8 years old, the way my mind worked, adults didn't think my mind worked that way.
They play you. These kids be playing you too.
They really do. Yeah. But it's like, I think they're smarter than we think they are. And so being able to sit down and like just look at them in their face and have an intelligent conversation with them, recognizing their brilliance and their intelligence and respecting their brilliance and intelligence, and not talking to them like they're children.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And this don't mean like having grown folks conversation, but having an intelligent conversation with them, asking them questions that they really have to think about, and not allowing them to say, "Well, I don't know," I don't like really pressing them to think about some behaviors, and just having like intelligent conversations with your children. I think
I think it's very important.
Yeah.
And being clear on what the benefits is and the consequences are of your actions. Like we talked about this before too. Like I'm one of the people, I try to be very transparent.
Right.
And everything that I do, like Qiana do something when she was younger, and then we will sit down and talk about it.
Mhm.
This wasn't like the initial wasn't you're in trouble, like, okay. And then you had to explain to me why you shouldn't do it. And now if you do this again, what are going to be because I explained it all. So boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like being able to have those intelligent kind of conversations and allow them to process it for themselves.
Yeah.
And not just trying to enforce your will on them, but allowing them to express themselves and really kind of think for themselves, draw the conclusions for themselves, and see, you know what? Yeah, things work out better when I behave.
And
the way that they want me to behave. Yeah.
So, I don't think so. I was talking to Brainstorm, right?
Okay.
And his son came in, he had a bad day. So CJ came and sat on my lap. And I'm like, what's wrong? He was like, I had a bad day, right? But now he playing me.
Okay.
Oh no,
okay.
he totally playing me.
Yeah, you can see it.
Totally playing me because he's so stinking cute and he's so smart. So he explained to me what he did.
Mm-hmm.
So then I say, so what you think your consequences should be, right?
Uh-oh.
Because he trying to butter me up, so I'll make sure he don't get
no consequence. Yeah.
He say, I should just say sorry.
Oh.
And not do it again. Now he's kindergarten.
Okay.
He's like, I should just say sorry and not do it again.
Smart young man.
Right. But mind you, he had did this before too.
Okay.
So like this, but he's gonna come and sell me.
Yeah.
So I can sell it to them.
I'm telling you. And how old is he?
In kindergarten.
So that's like 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he gave I should just say sorry.
I'm telling you, don't sleep on these children, man. Don't sleep. Like really being having those types of conversations, I think it changed your perspective and remembering you were 5 or 6, the way that your mind worked. Like you were smarter than what adults thought you were.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you're dealing with children that age, remember that they're smarter than they get credit for a lot of times. So yeah, it's been amazing. So just real quick, if you're looking for a job, you need a job, the St. Pete Works Collaborative. They're having a first responders career resource fair September 27th at St. Pete College All-State Center. I'll share that and put that in the post as well, but it's an opportunity for people who are looking for a job or a career, actually. It says career seekers will have the opportunity to really discover some things. So that's St. Pete College All-State Center right across the street from Walmart. September 27th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's put on by the City of St. Pete, Pinellas County Urban League, and the St. Pete Works Collaborative. Final thoughts. Was that mine?
I guess. I don't know.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for riding with us. Ride on.
Yeah.
And, find you a one-hit wonder, that you can play because it's One-Hit Wonder Day. Also National Daughters Day. So call your daughters. The daughters call your mama and tell them
however
it works. Yeah, but make it a great day, y'all. That's my final.
Yeah, make it a great day on purpose.
For real.
Right, on purpose. So be the change you want to be or see.
Mm-hmm.
Write down those 5 things that made you say things.
5 things.
5 things that made you smile, giggle, feel good. Again, yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, we thank y'all for tuning in. This has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Qiana.
Up next is Sister Hughes, and we out.